Shalom, shalom, manak na waha bar inshallah walakim la thumb. Kosha waiba rakha wa kaksha yabashmal shah. Hey, we the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out through the spirit and prophet Yabashmal Shah to preach to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, and his life foreigners repent ye for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call Laim La, Yahweh, Bashmal Shah, Basham Chak Wadash, Wamashana Kabadim, the Koyim Na Wamalakum Shoy, Shah has a Koyim Chag at a wall. Wachasa, Washalamam, Wabrakam, Habachaya, Shah, Hakawaya, Shah, Shalamam. So all praise to the Most High Yahweh, which means he exists. By Hashem in the name Yahweh Shai delivers. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Israel, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and mercy, peace, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom, which means peace. So this is a article just going into the recent events with Russia and Ukraine. You see, it's a heavy spirit of war. You see, that's because we're in the end days. All right, but I'm going to this. It says, Putin warns of more attacks after strikes rock Kyiv and other Ukrainian cities. Multiple explosions rock Kyiv and several other Ukrainian cities reported blasts and power outages on Monday morning as Russia lashed out with a massive wave of violent airstrikes that carried echoes of the initial days of the invasion. All right, and it says that at least 11 people were killed in the strikes, while 64 were wounded, and the Ukrainian emergency services said Moscow fired at least 84 cruise missiles toward Ukraine on Monday. The Ukrainian military said 43 of which were neutralized by missile defense systems. 24 Russian attack drones were also used in the salvo, 13 of which were destroyed. It says the assault appears to be the heaviest bombardment of missile and rocket attacks seen in most of Ukraine since February, targeting power plants, bridges, civilian infrastructure, and other locations. It comes 2 days after an eruption damaged a crucial bridge to Crimea and dealt a strategic blow to Kremlin and wounded Vladimir Putin, who has also seen weeks of Russian losses on the battlefield, had been under pressure to respond with force following the explosion, which Putin on Sunday blamed on Kyiv and described as an act of terror. Which Russia is probably they're one of the top militaries, so it's no way that they're losing that bad. You see, they like to play on the propaganda and play on words and stuff like that. But continuing on, it says it is simply impossible to leave such crimes unanswered, Putin said in a brief television appearance on Monday. If attempts to carry out terrorist attacks on our territory continue, responses from Russia will be tough and will correspond and scale to the level of threats to the Russian Federation. So basically they're saying they're going to meet force with force. So whatever level the opposing side is going to take it, that's how they going to take it. You see, which it was in another article, I couldn't find it, but basically it was saying that they had blew up this bridge, and that was that messes with Russia's supply line. You see, and that's an act of war. You see, when you diminishing your the opposing forces supplies, you see, you can't get food, you can't get clothes, you can't get ammunition and things as such. You see, that's why you got, if you look at like America's infrastructure, you got the top big three things: cargo with the ships, you got the trains, and you got the trucks. If the supply route is damaged, then the whole economy is done. You see, so how much more in a time of war? You'll if you can't get the supplies to your troops, you only good for what you got. And if you like spec ops, you train for stuff like that. But if for the majority, they use conventional warfare, so they need all that stuff. So that will be a heavy blow to his military operations. You see, and that's why he responded like that. Because this is the time of war. I'm not gonna read the whole article, but I'm gonna go ahead get a couple precepts. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 8. Matthew 24 and verse 8. or verse 7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. All right. We see in the nations rise against nations. You see, you have places like Azerbaijan, Armenia, or if I'm not mistaken, Armenia. You still got Taiwan and China in the background. You see, they said there's no way they're not going to go to war. So we're hearing those talks, the rumors of wars, famines. There's definitely famines around. It's a shortage of basically everything in the economy. You see, inflation is at a high. You see, the dollar has no more worth. You see, and with the shortage of everything, it's causing it to lead up into that hyperinflation. You see, but just the point being that it's famines out. It's a famine of resources. All right. It says, and pestilences. There's been multiple pestilences going on. This isn't earthquakes. We've been seeing a lot of earthquakes. This is in diverse places, and they have been in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, which we seeing that. You know, they're lining up the demonization. You see, and it's happened a lot before. You know, it was like they would like different celebrities and stuff would come out and say, hey, oh, we're the people, you know, and then it'll chill out a little bit. But it's happening more and more and more and faster now. You see, so they're lining up that demonization to come up against the men of the Lord. All right, it says, and then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, because some of us are going to have to be martyrs. It says, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So they're going to point all the fingers at the men of the Lord, you see, for believing on his truth. You see, so we are in those end times. All right, but just want to do something quick through the Spirit. I brought this out. It was edifying. Call Halay Mla Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Karkadash. Hey, the bar answered the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me the truth and rule well. Much respect to you, brothers, that every person is truth with our righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.